Wie ein Vogel. I believe that is German for it's like a bird. So what we're looking at is one of these ChoroQs again, but this time I think this is a special one. I don't really know too much about these ChoroQs, but I know that I wanted this model. So this is coming from the museum collection. I don't know if it's been opened or not. Maybe not that side, or it's just might be old. I wonder if there's a date on this thing. I don't see any date. Please leave a comment if you see one. Nothing on the bottom. So this is another case where, you know, it's not good for collectors to really know how old something is if without a date. Alright, well, let's open this thing up. Oh, I see. Look at that. So I think it's from 2008. Alright. Oh, I see. I thought that plastic was part of this packaging, but it's actually a plastic box. So, what a waste of cardboard. Why would you... I can't understand why they would want to have all that extra space, right? Why would you ship air around? And then there actually was plastic here. But you know, I might save this for those little figurines or bases. Alright, well, that's gone. Oh, that's very loose. Strange. I mean, they have these little tab holes, but the tab is almost worthless. There is a tab molded in there, but it's absolutely worthless. Oh, I see. Maybe it just wasn't on. Well, it's still quite loose. Alright. No matter. Alright, so there's no screw on this base, so now let's see if a moron can figure out how to disassemble something without a screwdriver. This might take like half an hour, guys. I don't want to break it. This, oh, no. I mean, this is a separate piece. It's moving, but I don't see anywhere like for me to squeeze. So that's what's throwing me off. I think it's just a friction fit. Yeah, okay, so it's just a friction fit. There's these little teeth here. Yeah, alright, so anyways, now you know if you decide to buy one in these fancy packages. So let's take a look here. So what I like about this one is it actually has doors that open. Now you know if this is a scale model I'd be really annoyed with the panel gaps and stuff, but when it comes to a car that looks like a cartoon, it just doesn't bother me. My brain can switch that way, I guess. I gotta say, I mean, the front end does look like that car, right? Right from the start, I mean, not the start. Right from the front, that looks like a pretty good scale model, right? It's only when you get to this, things start looking a bit odd, right? But obviously that's just the way it is. So, all right, let's see how this guy is made, or what's it made out of. Now the other ChoroQs I've seen are all clear plastic, and then they just paint the clear plastic. So I have a suspicion this is the same way. I kind of think that the clear plastic that these ChoroQs are made of is like the same type of plastic for the Hot Wheels windshields. So it's a really durable kind of plastic that can actually flex. You see? Well, I guess I mean all plastic can flex, but I think this is actually meant to not snap. Because, I mean, these things move pretty fast, so if it rams into a wall, it, you know, better stand a better chance of not breaking. Although, this actually has separate chromed plastic bumpers, so I'm quite positive these would crack in half, hitting a wall at full speed. The other ChoroQs don't have multiple pieces, so maybe that's why this, you know, came in that special box. Oh, look at this here. So this, I think the copyright might be from 2005. So maybe they released it 2 times. Alright, well anyways, it seems to be the same construction I'm used to, just seeing one screw, and then it's a tab system for the back. This is the first one now that I have that actually has separate pieces though. So it's I guess better. I mean, look, these must be separate too, correct? This looks like it's a separate piece because you can see like a little gap around the chrome. Same with this. So literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think the grill's a separate piece. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 with the doors. There's literally 12 pieces of plastic used to make this body. Whereas a normal ChoroQ, here's this Datsun 510, this is made of one, the body is only one piece of plastic. It's all molded as one piece, I think, and then it's painted, you know, so it's interesting that this is definitely a lot more effort. Okay, now here's an issue I'm seeing though. As nice as this red looks, it's having a hard time not letting the light shine through. See, you know, because it's clear plastic, it just doesn't look like a solid red like you would see on, say, a die-cast car. So it's a minor nitpick. It's also under a really bright photo booth. Alright, well, anyways, it's nice to see that there's a printed license plate. And then, yes, this chromed piece of plastic. It's got some black, I don't know if there's black paint or maybe it's showing. No, there's no black in there. So it must be black paint, or maybe the original plastic was black and they chromed only the outside. I don't know, but the grill goes in quite a bit, so it's nice. The Mercedes star doesn't look really realistic, the proportions of it, but whatever, it's better than nothing. So these headlights here, they're just recesses, so it's interesting. One would have guessed that they would actually dome it outwards, but they actually recessed it, and so you can see all the reflections just like a real headlight bucket would do. Right, so look at the reflection you can see in there, so it's very interesting. A little white paint for the marker, some groove details here for the vents, a little black oh, that was just gunk, it's gone now. Yeah, so that's impressive, these extra pieces. And then look at these wheels, these are pretty nice wheels. I mean, there's 3 steps going on here. It's a chrome piece of plastic, then they must have printed red, and look how fine that red is, this ring, and they got it inside the star as well. That's actually recessed, the star is raised. And then there's, I think there's black paint, maybe I'm wrong. No, I don't, that looks like black paint, but over here, no. So I think it's, well, I'm not sure. I mean, why would that just be red? I think they skipped the black paint on this one. Or no, I think maybe the front wheel is just these cavities are deeper, so they look dark. Whereas these maybe aren't as deep. Strange. So the thing has rubbery tires, and there's a wind-up motor. So it can take off, so, you know. Now the interior's very weak, but this is a toy. More of a toy than a Hot Wheels, I guess. I mean, it only has half of a steering wheel and a little shifter knob there, a little dash, a little luggage with some paint on it, so that's kind of nice, that paintwork there. So these doors, you can see the pins. I wonder if they're just friction fit. How do they get those doors in there? It's possible this plastic is so flexible that they spread this apart and then slid the pins in, but I'm not going to try messing about with this because this thing was pretty pricey. I'm not gonna lie to you. this is one of those stupid purchases, which I tend to make a lot of. Okay. Anyways, the printing back here is a tampo print, so it's gonna stay good as long as the paint stays good, and it should because it's not on a die-cast body. It's on a plastic body. Oh, this is nice. It says Mercedes Benz here. Oh, there's a little silver exhaust tip. Only one. I didn't see that before. This rectangle is to hold a coin, so when you put a coin in there, or in this case this knife, that thing will do a wheelie. Alright, so, well, why does the door not want to close? There's some friction. I think there's an index on the roof. Oh no, it's getting stuck on the windshield. So the plastic must flex around it. But you'll see the window trim is really nicely done. It's really, you know, it's as good as a die-cast car. Okay, well, I think we should probably compare it to a couple other vehicles. So, now when I say a couple other vehicles, I'm talking about actual 1/64 scales. So I have this ChoroQ. This is a ChoroQ. What I don't like about this one is look at the tire gap. You can see the entire tire underneath the fender. In 300 SLs just don't look like that. The tires are supposed to be sunken in. But everything else is pretty nice. Okay. I should have put a bigger coaster. Now, what I oddly like more is this UCC Coffee 300 SL, where the tires are actually sunk underneath the fenders. And this is a freebie that came with 2 cans of Japanese coffee. So it's, you know, it's weird that ChoroQ can't do a better job than a freebie. You guys might ask why I haven't bought the 64 scale that has the opening panels. If it only had opening doors, I would buy it, but it's called a BSC the last I checked. But that BSC 300 SL also has an opening hood and an opening trunk, and the panel gaps just look really garish. So I would never display a 300 SL with the hood and the trunk open. I'm not really into dioramas. But I would display a 300 SL with the doors open. So hopefully someone will come out with the 300 SL and wants true 64 scale with just the doors that can open. And I'm not talking about Hot Wheels, you know, I'm talking about more like a resin quality kind of vehicle. So hopefully it'll be done. I'm sure sooner, one day it will be done, because this car is just too iconic to not have more versions of them. Alright, so that is it for that. You know what? This deserves a better coaster. Oh boy. I'm sorry I'm laughing, but these are just so ridiculous looking that I like them. It just makes no sense that, you know, I'm a person that complains about scale models like these, and then I go and buy this thing. But apparently my mind works in 2 different gears. You know, realistic, and then the complete opposite. So, alright, well, I appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully I'll get a couple other interesting ChoroQs in the future. See you around.